Hi, my soul tribe. So I wanted to show up transparent today. Um, I've been sick, but also it's pretty transparent. Um, I want to talk about something very real with you guys. Um, Depression. Okay. Um, I think I've mentioned, in fact, I know for a fact, every video for the last week, couple weeks, has been about the full moon coming up, which just happened. Um, and I said it's going to be big, you guys. You know, there's some releasing that must happen. And as a spiritual worker, it's big for us too. It's really big for us too. We never stop transforming, no matter where our path, where we are on our path, right? Um, Thank you so much to all of you who have supported me. Truly, I I can't tell you how much it means to me. Um, I have, often everybody, I get a lot of comments. You have a gift. You have a gift. It doesn't always feel like that because you don't get something for nothing, right? And I do suffer from depression, and I have chosen for myself. I want to make this very clear for myself. I've chosen not to take medication. I've tried medication many times throughout my life. And it, for me, it pushes my gift down. So I do feel a little bit better, but I have an inability to hear. And that's for me. Though my mother takes medication, and she has always been very transparent with me about this disease. I'm so grateful to her. My mother, she told me at a young age that the women in our family do suffer from depression, and some of the men too. And to go into a disease like that, knowing firsthand what you're dealing with is paramount. Um, any reader out there who can read every day, I give so much to. I do my best, I really do. But the way that my gift or my ability works is I talk when spirit talks. My mouth moves for spirit. I am a channeler. So if spirit is not speaking through me or to me, I have no messages for you. And sometimes I feel a loss whenever I can't hear spirit. So I got sick, and when I say sick, I have a some sort of the doctors think it's a gallbladder thing. I'm a Virgo, so we already have intestinal issues. As Virgos, we already have intestinal issues. But the inability to hear spirit, because my whole body is using its energy to heal, so I don't have any energy left over. I have coupled with the full moon. um, it wasn't good, you guys. It wasn't good. I didn't feel well, and on top of that, I got very depressed. So I'm coming out of it, but I'm still in my robe, and I don't plan on wearing makeup for a few days. I'm going to put on earrings for you guys. I do that every time I'm reading. I try to. If I'm not wearing earrings, something's really wrong, or I just forgot. But it's very rare because I, I I don't want you to think I don't care. That's not what it is. It's I can't breathe through the sadness sometimes. And this full moon was about breathing through that sadness and learning that sadness is a part of this life, right? a part of this life, if you suffer from depression, I, for myself, cannot take it because I don't react well to it. I've tried many, they don't work for me. But I know so many people who it has saved their lives. And I highly, highly recommend being kind with yourself through depression. You tend to, once we're in depression, okay, so the way that energy works, and this is actually proved by a scientific experiment done by HeartMath, HeartMath Institute, and they study the energy of the heart, which we are now learning is an organ that does much more than what we thought it did. It doesn't just pump blood. It truly does garner our emotions and decide which way they will flow. We can walk into a room and that's how we're feeling things, and then that's transmitted to our brain so that we can process and react appropriately. So a study done by the Institute of HeartMath, and actually also want to throw out there, please go look up Frank J. Sorry, I'm still coming back into myself. For anyone who suffered from depression, it's like living in a very, very dark cloud, and you can't see your way out. And the first thing I want you all to remember, please listen to me closely here. Be kind to yourself and your body and your mind. You are working so hard with a disability, right? What we would now call a disability. Would you tell a diabetic they can't have their insulin? Nope, you can't do that because they'll die. They will die. Depression is very serious. Depression is something that consumes you and you can't breathe through. And all you want to do is feel alive again, because eventually what depression turns into is a numbness inside. And for any spiritual being, that is death itself. Okay, that's hell on earth. To be disconnected is to be dead, for me at least. So I'm getting on here to do Daily Destiny today. I'm pushing myself through it, and I thought I need to take a shower, I need to get ready, I need to do all this stuff. And the way that depression works is it's like, oh, it's just too much, I can't. And I know it sounds like simple things, taking a shower. It's not hard. It's highly recommended. But it is hard. Sometimes getting out of the bed to go piss is hard for me. I'm like, I have to pee, but I think I'll just lay here and die inside. That's what it feels like. And I know it sounds dramatic, right? For anyone in your life who's suffering from depression, or if you are suffering from depression, please know, you are so far from alone. And I know that that's the first thing you feel, completely and utterly alone. Be proud of yourself, because you are suffering something that is an actual chemical imbalance in your brain. I use up a lot of serotonin during my readings, a lot. Serotonin is, I believe, and this has not been proven, I would love to see studies on this. When people are trying to be intuitive or trying to read people, I'd like to see the amount of serotonin that we are using, because I feel like I use up a lot in my readings. I am not trying to be positive. I am channeling exactly what Spirit's telling me. So I just want to put that out there. I love you all. Thank you so much for your support. Tanis, my darling, you have no idea how much hope you give me. I hope you know that you are a soul that is here to fight and do good things. I hope you continue to do so, darling. You've helped a wanderer like me. So, let's get into the divine destiny for today, right? Okay, let me do some channeling. I just got a little bit of a cold sweat on the back of my neck, so I feel like it's already going to be intense. Spirit, I pray that you're with us today. I pray that your messages are those that come out of my mouth. Allow me to be your puppet. All right, we're going to pull. I really like this Animal Spirit Tarot. I hate the way the book is organized. It drives me nuts. And I know y'all have heard me talk about that. It's like, it's in order of earth, air, fire, water, and spirit, right? And each card has at the top, like this is earth, that top symbol up here. This one right here is earth. Rabbit is earth. Water, right? And spirit is a circle like this. Ooh, that's funny, it just dropped right out. But they wanted me to show you fire, right? So each one has their own thing, symbol, to signify what element they fall in. Now, the interesting thing is they put this book together like all willy-nilly. I feel. I love this deck, and I love the descriptions. I love everything about it. It's by Kim Krans, Animal Spirit Guidebook. And, I mean, the spirit ones are more powerful, so they're longer. And the way that they do the book is they just separate it between earth, air, fire, water, spirit. And then you have to just guess where it's going to be. Where the card's gonna, or where the your definition you're looking for is gonna be. So there's no like actual, that's a beautiful card, the crow. I don't know why I love it. I love the black and white with splashes of color. Tarantula, which is fire. The crows of air, obviously. So you have to kind of guess. So you'll see me get frustrated with that. I apologize in advance. So we're gonna do, Spirit, give me a card for my divine males. Give me a card for my divine males. Give me a card for my divine males out there. Divine masculine. They're saying, they keep correcting me on that, and it's just a habit of speech. Divine male, female. It should be divine masculine, divine feminine. It is not sex oriented. So if I have slips of tongue, I apologize. For my divine males. Ooh. And I'm wanting to take these two right here. Wow. This is so funny. Last Daily Destiny, you got the same card, the dragon. So we're still in that, right? But look right next to it. Oh, 2 spirit cards. Are those shining? Yeah, they are. Look at that. 2 spirit cards. So you guys are really going through it right now. I told y'all this full moon would be huge. So you have the black egg, which sounds kind of scary, but we'll see. I mean, nothing is bad in this deck. For the most part. The hyena was kind of weird when we got the hyena for the divine females for a while. Like, she's all cackly and mean. But there's not such a thing as a bad energy. It's either going to improve you. My hair is really cracking me up. It's either going to improve you, or it's going to allow you to at least see the path that you're on. And it's going to push you further down until you decide to rise up against it. So these are really amazing cards. However, very intense. Okay, we have the dragon, the dragon's eye. And we have, I just love how it's shining in the light. That's cool. And then we have the black egg. Okay, so that's for our divine males. Spirit, give me a card for divine females. Give me a card. Well, one popped out. This one wanted to pop out earlier, so I'm taking that. The fish. Spiritual enlightenment. Water, right? Going with the flow of energy. And look at that moon. And the last reading, I was like, look at that moon. I swear, the full moon. And I know it's not a full moon, but look, it's a moon, and it looks like a full moon around it almost, the way the light shines. This one doesn't shine. That's interesting. Just the spirit one. That's really pretty. Okay, one more for divine feminines. Okay, if divine male, if divine masculine gets two, we get two. Divine feminines. Popped right out. Ooh, you guys get two more. Sorry, we get three, y'all get two. I know that's not nice, but whatever. We're taking it. I need a little extra boost. All water, you guys. All water for my feminines. That's big. That's a big deal. Okay, so we have the fish. We have the starfish. And we have the whales. Wow. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on here. So, spirit for our divine males, masculine, and then water for our divine feminine. Okay? Now, let's move into the spirit ones are longer. Okay? So, I apologize for the length, but they're so worth hearing. They're so worth hearing. So just bear with me on it because it's so worth it. So we've moved into spirit. You see how it is? Absolutely no alphabetical order. I just have to guess which one it's going to be in. It goes from phoenix to sea serpent to dragon. See? No meaning whatsoever. I don't know what that means. Okay. So the dragon, we've read this one before. We're going to read it again. Seeing one's most true self and balancing your ego. Okay, we talked about that last time, right? What are you paying attention to? What do you really want? Balance out your ego. Grass isn't always greener on the other side, guys, right? Figure out, look far ahead of yourself and figure out what it is you really want. Let that dragon within you breathe. The dragon sees everything. Its essence has been with us since before our first breath and will be there at our last. It watches us navigate the external world as well as our inner world. When dragon energy is awakened, we are courageous, visionary, and can easily drop into witness our consciousness. It is almost as if we are traveling with a great friend inside of ourselves. A great friend. Imagine that you're traveling this journey with a great friend within yourself. When we look into the mirror, deep into our eyes, we may glimpse the self behind the self. Wow, right? The self behind the self. When we look into the mirror, deep into our own eyes, we can glimpse the self behind the self. Who's watching? Who's driving the wheel, right? The one who is watching us. This is the power of the dragon breathing transformative fire into every cell of our bodies. Witnessing this omnipotent energy, even for a brief moment, helps us to surrender. And let it go. When we let the dragon guide us, we hop on its back for a ride as we traverse, even in the most difficult terrain. The dragon's eyes see beauty everywhere. It is said that if a yogi does not see beauty in the world, their Agni is dimmed. Agni is described as the inner fire or sacred intelligence. May even just the mention of a dragon stir the embers of intelligence within you. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Black egg. Well, we know we didn't pass it yet. Golden egg. We didn't get that one. Got the black egg. I don't know. It sounds bad, but I feel like it's good. I mean, it's always good, but it's going to be good. Okay. Ooh, this is good. This is going to be good. Okay, so the black egg. Speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. Are you being honest with yourself? That was the last daily destiny. Are you being real with you? Okay? Screw who else you're lying to. At least tell yourself the truth, right? Tell yourself the truth and be kind with yourself, but also be authentic with yourself. The black egg contains one of life's essential treasures, the truth. Inside of it resides no confusion, excuses, small talk, noise, or lies, not even white ones. This living and breathing vessel harbors only that which rings true. When this essence is in balance, we speak slowly and clearly. We are drawn to activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, or perhaps even public speaking. Sounds draw us in, books draw us in. The concept of truth itself draws us in. What did we start this reading with? Just being real. I have had an issue with depression my whole life, but I have been depressed the past few days. I'm being real. That's not easy to say. That is the hardest thing in the world. Be real. First with yourself, and then let that emanate. Okay, I had to get real with myself, like, honey, baby, you're depressed. I love you. I love you. I forgive you, but you got to pull yourself up out of this. Okay? We start asking questions like, what do I know to be true about myself? And what is true about the world around me? When the energy of the black egg is not yet assessed, we speak from our unsure place. We say things others want to hear, gossip, or repeat stories just to justify our subpar behavior. We may even try to convince ourselves that we have no inner strength at all, no inner truth at all. The energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect. Wow, it's powerful. It is available at every moment to you, in every situation, for it is you. It is within you. Your dragon, right? Your dragon is your truth. Open this up. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, you guys, to look at it. To look at it. It's the epicenter of truth and the birthplace of our voice. The epicenter of truth and the birthplace of our voice. Okay, my divine masculine out there, okay? Be real with yourself, my darlings, because this dragon's wanting to fly. Go look in the mirror. Look deep into your own eyes, okay? I'm sure mine are swollen. I've cried a lot the last few days, and I don't feel well, okay? Don't be afraid to look deep, right? The self that watches the self, okay? Who's driving the wheel? Who's really driving the wheel, okay? Make sure that you're a part of whoever's driving, okay? Make sure that you have a point in that place. So now we're going to go to water. The good thing about this, I turned right to fish. Thank you. That's spirit helping me out. Those little things right there just, thank you. The good thing is, all in water, all in spirit. I don't have to go back and forth. All right, the fish, restlessness, change of focus, and lost in the current. I'm feeling that. I'm all lost in the sauce. That's what I'll say. I'm lost in the sauce. The fish loves to be subsumed. Some more authenticity for y'all. I didn't know that was a word. Subsumed. I've heard consumed, submerged, but not subsumed. So I know everybody, I'm sure else has heard that, but I just didn't. Subsumed. I'm not lying either. In case anybody hasn't heard that, look it. You see it? Subsumed. Okay. Sorry. I just wanted to say it's a word. Google it. I'm going to do it after this because I'm not sure if this book is... I don't trust this book. It's just pissing me off. The fish loves to be subsumed in life's current. Nothing pleases it more than movement. Movement and more movement. I get that. The roaming lifestyle of the fish may be exhilarating for a while, but usually leads to weariness and slippery relationships. With all the possibilities out there in the vast waters, the fish becomes lost without clear goals and intentions. Spend some time with the lunar forces. The lunar forces have destroyed me. Okay, I'm just going to say. Spend some time with the lunar forces. I just want to give a big old middle finger to that. The lunar forces have been not kind to me, but I'm clearing. I'm doing the work. I know why they're here, and I get it, but it still hurts. It's kind of like, I don't know, when someone's like, oh, we got to cut off your arm because it's going to kill you, because it's like, you got blood poisoning or something like that. And you're like, well, I hate you, but I get that you have to do it. It's dramatic. I get it, but that's how I feel. Okay, lunar forces. Sorry, y'all. I told you. This is why I haven't been on. I'm kind of crazy right now. With all the possibilities out there in the vast waters, the fish becomes lost without clear goals and intentions. Spend some time with the lunar forces, dear fish, as peace and calm of the moon will soothe your soul. I'm going to call bullshit. I'm sorry for the cussing, but soothe my soul. Y'all have washed it all up and it's all crazy. When you are in balance, you are adaptable and you travel well. When you're out of balance, you're distracted and you change your mind often. To bring it to balance, set a small goal and accomplish it. My small goal today was to do this video. Not to take a shower, put on earrings, and do a video. I keep these earrings right by my video thing so that I can just throw them on and at least it looks like I'm a girl. Otherwise I look like a 12-year-old boy in a robe. So can't help it. So let's work on my females. Anybody out there that's feeling me, recentering. Okay, if those lunar forces are tossing you around, that's because you do need to do the work. Okay, you need to tap into that lunar force and actually jump into that wave. It's painful at first being thrown around, but soon the energy will be washed clear from you. Okay, you must trust source. You must trust spirit to guide you. I have a hard time with this too. We all do. And that's kind of what we're coming into right now. It's going to be a big year. And I am still myself. I love reading astrology, but I try not to read it too much because I don't want to plan my life. I want to go with the flow. And if I read it about once a month to kind of see where the planetary alignments are, what's really going on, especially with the moon. I'm highly affected by the moon, highly affected. I'm a Cancer rising. So the moon rules me. It rules me. When you feel this tossing, okay, if you do not address it and jump into that flow and allow it to happen, right? You will become numb because you're ignoring it. And then you'll start doing things and actions. Again, we'll go back to our males who are discovering who's driving the wheel. If you are not in the flow, then you're allowing something else to drive it for you. Okay? The whale. Octopus, starfish, beaver, oyster, turtle, frog. Do you hear how there's no alphabetical order here? Otter, swan, shark, dolphin, whale. Awesome. All right, the whale. For my divine feminines out there, desire to delve deeper, profound peace and ancient wisdom. That's what I'm looking for. That's what we need, ladies, right? The whale represents profound emotional health and stability. I want all of that. Whale personalities are not afraid of emotional expression or traversing difficult terrain, as they have overcome so many challenges in their lives. These experiences have enriched them, given them stability, strength, and a depth that is very rare. Whale energy is usually linked to the feminine sources of compassion and communication. We can depend on whale personalities when all else seems lost and trust them to be a beacon in our darkest hour. When you are in balance, you're calm and steady and deeply compassionate. When you're out of balance, you're heavy and you slip into an old story. Yes! Isn't that the worst? Like, I got sick. To bring into balance regular self-care. I'm not good at that. I do a bunch of readings in one day. I drain myself, because these are not the only readings I do. I do a lot of private readings. Getting on that private reading subject real quick, please re-email me. I've had major emailing issues. Vesta, my assistant, who I would like to say, if I haven't yet, is my mom. Okay. Her name is Vesta, and she's fantastic. And she's my mom. You know, she raised me. She is not someone to bombard with questions about spirituality and things like that. She's there to help me schedule, because she knows what I'm going through. She is a fantastic lady, but she will put your ass in your place if you start talking nasty. Okay. So for those who have been waiting for a reading, I mentioned multiple times my email was hacked. Okay. Please re-email me. Okay. If you're still waiting for a reading, I want to get them all scheduled. I have a bunch of readings today. I believe Courtney is next. And I'm excited about it. And every reading I've had, every single one has been phenomenal. I think there was one that was a little bit off, and you know who you are. That was more of somebody trying to get a date through a reading. It was really weird. So I put that in the kibosh right there. So this is not a dating site or service. This is a spiritual enlightenment coaching, you know, and we're going through it together. Like, for instance, I told someone the other day, Perla, beautiful lady, she's going through more than I am by 100-fold. And she's such a strong woman, and suffering from a very serious medical condition. And she's got 4 kids, I believe, a set of twins, and unbelievable story this woman has. In fact, I feel very comfortable in saying, I'm going to share, I'm going to post at the link at the bottom. She's just starting a YouTube channel. She has narcolepsy. This is a very serious thing that people don't, you know, we don't think about it much, but it is very serious. She's completely disabled. She can't drive, you know, she has to take naps throughout the day. Like, there's just things that have to be done when you fall asleep at the drop of a hat. And I know that sounds silly to a lot of people, but it's so serious. It's a serious condition, and she has 4 children under the age of 18. So love and blessings to her. Y'all pray for her. She's going through so much more than me, and guess who has been helping me? She's sending me messages of positivity. She's sending me messages of light and love, and you will get through this. You know, I mean, what beautiful souls there are out there, and how lucky are we to all be connected to them. So, my males out there, you're waking up. Babies, you're waking up. You gotta look at the truth. You gotta be honest with yourself about what you really want. This card wanted to pop out for you, and I feel it. 2 of Wands reversed. Okay, right here in this connotation, we see he holds the world in his hands, but it's a much smaller world than what it could be, right? We see that one of his wands of passion has been there so long, it's got a vine of flowers growing on it, but there is new growth on it. Jump into that passion. What are you passionate about, right? What are you passionate about? Be real with yourself, because something behind you, this is in the connotation you got, is trying to scream to get out. Look at you holding that wand, and screaming behind you is your passion, your life force, your dragon. Let it wake up. In fact, wake it up. Wake it up. Okay? Give me 2 more cards for my divine males. Ooh, they're popping out. Give me 1 more card for my divine males. Okay. There it is. Okay. If you allow this to happen. Also, look at this. 3 of Cups. I feel like for some of my divine masculines out there, there may be multiple women in your life. Okay? And truly, I really feel like, for the most part, they all want the best for you, but it's really about what you want. And I don't know where that came from. That's not usually how I read this card, but again, I'm a channeler. Um, Here he is, trying to see the world that he's trying to make. I feel like there's some distraction here, okay? There's some distraction there. And then the ace. However, we've got the ace here of pentacles, a new opportunity, right? But there's two people in the background. This reminds me of a three again, even though it's an ace, right? I see this opportunity and then two other people who are discussing it. You must go after what you want, what your dragon wants, okay? Stop trying to please the Vinny. I feel like some of you divine males out there, and I'm not just talking about love interests, but like mothers, sisters, family members, friends. There's some divine feminines in your life who are all trying to get their 2 cents in. And you need to focus on what is going to bring you stability and abundance, okay? Be real with yourself. Look far beyond. Look far beyond now. Don't look at the next year. Don't look at that. You should glance, but look far, far beyond. How big do you want that world to get? It's truly up to you, my friend. Are you willing to let your dragon out? Are you willing to let your dragon out? Okay, for my divine feminines, some water. For my divine feminines. This was at the center of the last reading, Justice. For my divine feminines. Spirit, give me 3 cards for my divine feminines out there. I'm getting the urge to want to cry again. That's so strange. I really didn't feel that. Sorry. My divine feminines out there. Give me 3 cards for my divine feminine. Got that. Combative, right? Defensive, combative, defensive. Right? But this is necessary sometimes. It's necessary. Maybe it's time to be like this, right? Or maybe that's what you've come out of. Maybe that's what you're coming out of. Give me 2 more cards for my divine feminine. That's more of a past card. Okay. Knight of Wands. Huh. This one wanted to come out. It wanted to come out. But guess what? Now we don't have it in reverse anymore. Who's getting honest with themselves? Proud of you. Proud of you, my feminines. I'm so proud of you. We have here in your past, what brought you to this moment, right? You stood up for yourself. I feel like some of you stood up for yourself. And there was a lot coming at you. There were a lot of people involved. And you really just wanted to hear from one person who wasn't, look at the back turned to you. I feel like some of you are still waiting to hear from that person. I feel like some of you are still waiting for that offer of passion to be brought to you. And lightning is striking. It's like, now is the time. I'm not sure. You know what? We're going to have to pull a clarifier on that. I'm going to grab another deck just because I feel better using a different deck. Let me see.